Hello YouTube! Today you are joining me floating around in distant space. And one of my favorite parts about being in space is that this is where Star Wars happens. Of course there isn't anything that happens that isn't in space, but either way, today we are going to discuss a word that helps make Star Wars so amazing. In fact, Star Wars would probably not be the same without it. That word is onomatopoeia. So let's get to it before I run out of oxygen. Onomatopoeia, for those of you who don't know, is at its most basic form a word that makes the sound that it is describing. As an example, pew pew. The pew is onomatopoeia. It describes the sound of a blaster firing, like Han Solo's Blastech DL-44. Onomatopoeia is an old word. It originated in late Latin around 1570, although it comes from ancient Greek. And in the ancient Greek, we would say it pretty much the same, onomatopoeia, but it would look like this. I know. Greek is weird. As if that weren't complicated enough, that crazy Greek word doesn't actually break down to mean our modern definition of onomatopoeia. It breaks down into two roots. The first root, onoma, means word. The second part is a derivative of the root poion, which means to compose. You'll also find this root in words like poet. So, etymologically speaking, onomatopoeia would be more accurate if you were describing the invention of language rather than just describing sounds. But the cold of space is starting to freeze off my toes, so we're going to ignore that. Now, something that a lot of people don't realize about onomatopoeia is that it isn't just as simple as describing sounds. Beep, click, zoom, pew, these are all just one type of onomatopoeia. And just like the Force, there are two sides to this complex word. The first side, the one that we know best, is sometimes called countable onomatopoeia. Think of R2-D2 or BB-8, their way of talking. Beep, boop, click, whir. Countable onomatopoeia is when the word is almost literally the sound itself. The other side of onomatopoeia is the one that people don't consider as often, the dark side. Uncountable onomatopoeia, or rhetoric onomatopoeia, is when the property of a word sounds like what it is describing. I know it's kind of a stretch and he's not really dark side, but for this one we'll think of Jabba the Hutt. To describe him, you would use words like enormous and blobby. These words fill up your mouth when you're speaking them. They're very round and bouncy. The full and open properties of these words match the description that they're providing. They fill up your mouth when you're saying them. And so now that you're trying not to imagine Jabba the Hutt filling up your mouth, I have one more useful trick for you. Spelling onomatopoeia. This is one of those words that will always get spelled incorrectly. And here is an easy way to remember an example of onomatopoeia and how you can actually spell it. So just stick with me on this. Oh, as in, oh, we're being shot at. No matter. No matter. Just go with me on this. You'll remember it, I promise. Pose in action. Pose in action. O-N-O-M-A-T-O-P-O-E-I-A. Onomatopoeia. And there you go. Now you can go and kick ass at a spelling bee. So leave a comment down below with your favorite example of onomatopoeia, and like this video if you'll always remember now how to spell that ridiculous word. And of course, subscribe if you want to learn more about language, and we will see you next time. My hair's gone! Ah! I have space in my hair! Mini kitty. Mini kitty. There's no place in space for cats. You can't. I appreciate you. You are appreciated. Another one. Another one. Okay, get down. Go away. Go away now. Go away now, please.